How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here in beautiful Vancouver, Washington. Believe it or not, I've never been to Vancouver, Washington. To get here, it involves going to Portland first. I have to go from Washington to Oregon, back into Washington as the quickest way to get here. But I've always wanted to check out double jump video games. Cooper's a buddy of mine, known him for years. I have some manuals here, so I'm going to see if I can match the manuals that I have. There's a few of them, nothing extraordinary. But I've had these manuals I'm just kind of sitting on. It's like, it'd be cool to match up the manuals with the games. So I'm going to see if they have the games I can match the manuals with. It'll be a good thing for my Whatnot streams, and we're going to see if we can do that, and let's see what we can find. And I've never been inside the store too, so I'm excited to check this out. The first thing you see when you walk in is you're greeted to, well, everything. A little bit of everything. Goonies, this was filmed kind of near here in Astoria and the other place. Cannon Beach area and stuff like that. Gotta love that. Then down the way, what'd you find, Leo?
Plug and play.
Gotta love the plug and plays, the plushies. You see games, and that goes all the way back there too. So we're gonna check up and down these aisles, and we're gonna find some things that maybe you don't typically see in the background of the double jump videos. That's what I'm looking forward to. And again, I have my little humble stack of instruction manuals. We're gonna see if we can pair the manuals with the games before we get out of here, because I gotta do that Whatnot stream where I can feature these manuals that I already have. But it'd be nice to have some games to go with them too, so we'll see what we can find. Really, one of the first things I like to do is go straight to the glass case. Just want to see what they have. And this game is also on eBay, but you can beat eBay and just get it right here, right now. Don't have to worry about shipping. Sega CD games too. Looking really clean over here. I see Saturn. Some great games on Genesis. A few Genesis games. Even some Master System games. Got Game Gear down the way as well. Oh, it's just so cool to see all at once. You know, it's like you can see the ROMs online, you can see the pictures of things, but they're right there, perfect. Personal favorite of mine right there too, Sword of Vermilion. Probably in my top 5 favorite games of all time. Maybe, well, top 10. For a long time, it was in my top 5 favorite games of all time. It probably still is. All consoles include one controller, all cables, fully tested, cleaned, and factory reset. So if you're looking for a PS3, PS4, if you're looking for a Sega Saturn, which you should if you don't already have a Sega Saturn, Master System TurboGrafx 16. Ooh, I see that Sega CD. I like the Model 2 Sega CD combo. The Model 1 is great, but that to me is what the Sega CD was like, the optimal version of it. Outside of, like, you know, the CDX, of course. Some nicely boxed Super Nintendo games, and we even have boxed NES games. Gotta have the boxed NES games. I even see a couple of you know, like the Astro Ninja from Limited Run, as well as Galf. I was looking for a copy of Galf for a while, and happy to see that it's right there. I mean, I have a copy now, but cool to see that, you know, if you missed it on Limited Run, you could come to a place like Double Jump, and they'll have it for you, or they might have it for you. Definitely ask them about it. But look at these games here, and these prices are like right on time, too. Tailspin for only $9.99. Come on now. Got some nice Super Nintendo games here, too. Good old Uniracers. I remember when Uniracers came out. Elevator down to some more games down the way as well. I see Boulder Dash. I do love Boulder Dash. Lola 1 as well. Oh, good old Gumshoe. You don't see Gumshoe too often, as well as Rally Bike. But there's some good games over here. Come on now. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I would recommend Tiny Toons Cartoon Workshop, just for the insanity of it all. Oh, and look, more manuals. Now, I already have the manuals I have. But cool to see that's like, hey, if you have the game but you're missing the manual, like the manual to Mega Man 1, for instance, you know, fun to have. We've got some imports over here as well with Nintendo 64, Super Famicom, if you're looking for Super Famicom games, and other imports too. I do like the imports. A lot of these games, you don't need to know Japanese to play. You just gotta maybe do some quick research before you just jump straight into it. But it depends on what you're looking for. Like, you know, Switch for the Mega CD, that Switch game came out in the US called Panic. It's the best game ever for the Sega CD. One of my favorite games ever. It's just so insane. The Family Trainer, what? Would you believe that in the 64 case they have Nintendo 64 games, both boxed and loose? And which one would I recommend? Jet Force Gemini is a good one. Might even want to check out that was Jet Force Gemini again. Little random variety. Was that Neo Geo Pocket? My goodness. Yeah, Dennis Miller had his own interactive experience, apparently. Looking for a Vectrex, and they have a boxed Vectrex, along with a couple games down the way. In the PlayStation case, PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. Of course. And some special edition stuff down there, too. Oh geez, look at the gigantic 99 Vitas, the collector's edition. That box is huge. The blue Nintendo sign is not for sale. This is right where my kid went straight to. It's like, oh, Wii. Gotta love the Wii. Jew on the grudge for the Wii. Come on now. Also have the Game Boy players too, along with the disc. So if you need your one of those, we got your one of those. I say we as if I work here. I'm just looking at it. I'm just trying to sell it for him. Tony Hawk Underground for the GameCube. Gotta love that one. Hey, they even have a nice selection of, you know, Virtual Boy games. There you go. And we'll just show you some quick Switch games here. Just a quick look at the Switch games. Very good. Yep. Oh my goodness. We got the, they're called Gachapon, right? Something like that?
Gotchas?
Gotchas.
Gotcha. I don't know
Gotcha.
if it's actually gotcha.
Ooh, I like these, the Dead by Daylight ones. I've never seen those before. DVDs, and again, if you have a PlayStation 1 and a PS4 or PS5 with the adapter, you can watch 3D Blu-rays in 3D. I have a nice box of 3D Blu-rays at home, and sometimes I still look for those 3D Blu-rays just for that reason. But they also have some anime and some other DVDs available too. If you don't have a DVD player, no worries. They got one right there, right on top of the Blockbuster sign. And look at the CRT. For playing retro stuff, CRT is the way to go, I promise. Got a wonderful selection of PlayStation 2. I would recommend this game here, Fantavision. Fantavision's a pretty fun musical fireworks style game there. And then just a few more games over here too. I love it. They try to keep the games alphabetized. Let's keep it that way. And that makes it really easy for you to find exactly what you're looking for down the way. No, I'm loving that wind-up Miss Pac-Man right there, but a little case full of little figures and stuff too. These are always kind of fun to look at as you're here and see the things. Of course, you got Castle Grayskull, the giant bust. We got to get that signed by David Hayter, right? No, that's the that's the beautiful right there. His eyes look like they're watching you. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, imagine reaching into a bag of plushies and then feeling that monstrosity.
No, I'd rather not. Got some fun keychains there. Of course, my favorite pin is that one right there. That's the pin to have. Now, he told me in advance that he wasn't going to be here today, but this is the only day I can come in, so we're going to be here and we're going to support all the same. Oh, look at that sticker. You got the Xbox One, Xbox 360 down the way as well. You know, just some of the more cost-efficient games. You just need something to add to your collection, but there's some great games in here too, like the Fables and whatnot. This is a fun little wall that has other little rando things, and we're going to get to the other, you know, games and stuff too, but I like these controllers down here. This guy, the Quick Shot, my goodness. Got a couple quick shots. Even some boxed Atari games while you're here. Some manga as well. A few games for the PlayStation 4. Okay. Even some PlayStation 5 goodness, as well as PlayStation 4 down the way too. That's the beautiful thing, is if you have a PS5, hey, that works on PS4 games work on your PS5, so don't discredit some of these great PS4 games. They play just fine, and I think they look just as good as some PS5 games even. Got a nice collection of Wii games right up front. You can just grab them right in front of you. Wii U down the way as well. Even PlayStation 1. I see PSP here as well. And if you're playing some games there, that controller there, boy, that's the one to have. And extra controllers too as needed. If Pokemon cards are your thing, they do have Pokemon cards and some of the games here as well, behind the case. Ask about those. But if you need yourself the Pokemon stuffs, they got them. These ones are not in the case. You can just grab these as needed for GameCube, for Master System. Let's look at the Master System down here. Got Time Soldiers, Shanghai, Pro Wrestling. The what?
There's a Pokemon named Leo, I believe.
Oh, that Leo? Uh-huh. That's you. It's fun to see this for the TurboGrafx 16. It makes it so it is that style of plugin. Very cool. Lots of Genesis games and even Atari games. With that Atari, the new Atari kind of plug and play that they have from Atari officially with the HDMI. Always fun to see what kind of Atari games they might have. And there's some great Atari games too. Never mind that it's Atari. Man, some of these games just stand the test of time. I'm a huge fan of Kangaroo. This is fun. I'm not even sure what this is from. Maybe you do. It looks familiar. Bandai Spirit. That's not it. Oh, that's not going to do me any good either. Above that, I see the rental cases as well, along with fun things. You know, they're playing Aristocats in the background if you haven't figured it out yet. But gotta love this. I love this Slimer. Like from this angle though, we got E.T. Got that guy, which looks familiar. Remind me of that guy from. But I see Slimer up here. But if you look closely, You'll see another little cameo appearance right there. Beautiful Game Boy case here. I do love the Game Boy. And there's more than just Game Boy in here. I see a Neo Geo Pocket Color. I see a Turbo Express. Come on now. Got some nice Game Boy Micros, Game Boy, DS's, the SPs as well. Got some modded GBAs, making it super fancy. You know, I do need a classic Game Boy so I can put that new shell on it for that one game I'm playing. That's coming out soon for Game Boy, the Cronulla's Mansion. But this is great to see so many great Game Boy games here too. I love it, love it, love it, and all the DS games too. I'm cool with loose DS or 3DS. Got a whole pile of them. It's Game Boy Advance and UMDs and more games down the way. Oh, so much.
There's a spider on the wall.
Spider. Araña. My goodness, that is a big old spider waiting to strike. When I was looking at this giant Game Boy thing, that's when I noticed the the CDI style, not CDI, yeah, Philips CDI style controller there from Loaded Run. I gotta have that. Oh, there's your Kirby, Leo. And when in doubt, it's all about the good pizza, great pizza. All right, before we go to the NES games to see if I can find the games I have manuals for, and I brought in my own manuals. We'll look at the DS here, and we'll look at the Super Nintendo as well. There's some good Super Nintendo games here. What do we got? Great one right there, Super Baseball Simulator 1000. Love that one. Okay. I want to have a quick look to see what we have here. I see Circus Caper, gotta love that. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, another good one there. Dr. Chaos, I got Double Dragon 2. I need the first Double Dragon. I have the manual for that. But let me just have a quick peek of what games there are here. They would already know, but I look for Goonies 2 to see if they have a 5-screw Goonies 2. That one's worth grabbing. A couple of wrestling games down the way. So, just a collection of funness. And let's see what manuals I have, and if I can find anything in my manual set that will have the cart here as well. So one of the manuals I brought was Adventures of the Magic Kingdom. And we have an Adventures in the Magic Kingdom right here. So good to go, and at $9.99, that's a deal for me. Adventures of Bayou Billy. It might be under A for Adventures, or it might be under B for Bayou Billy, and I do not see either of them, but I do see Bandai Golf. And I have a copy of Bandai Golf right there. Perfect. So we'll grab this copy of Bandai Golf at $2.99. I'm pretty sure I can roll that. Double Dragon, Double Dragon, Double Dragon, Double Dragon 2. These are alphabetical, but I'm going to check that glass case over to my side too before I get out of here officially. Spy Hunter, Spy Hunter. Let's see, T, S is before that. Solar Star. Oh, Spy Hunter, look at this. Brilliant. Sweet. And $7.99. Ah, these prices. Gotta love them. Casino Kid, I didn't see a Casino Kid. I think I would have recognized it. Well, did they have, it's already boxed? The biggest dream, not quite the same. I didn't see a California Games either. I see a Classic Concentration Championship Bowling. No California Games, no worries. POW, let's see, LMNOP, PR, and not so much. Kung Fu. I'm pretty sure I saw Kung Fu. Right here. And there's even 2 to choose from. Well, there's also this one here. But let's grab this one or this one. Let's go with this guy right here. Kung Fu. Very good. So, not bad. I brought a small stack of manuals, not too many, and we found 4 on our manual list. But let's check the case over here. So again, it's not like, gotta have the manuals with them, but since I have these manuals anyway, it'd be nice to match the manuals with the game, and that way, when we let the game go, it'll come with a free manual. So it's kind of fun, right? They got the manuals laying around anyway. May as well add them with something. And I'm not seeing. Again, we have more. Oh, and Super Spy Hunter too. I'm not seeing the games for the rest of the manuals. That'll give me a chance to hold on to those for next time and bring them to the next store. But in the meantime, we found some great games here. Actually, a lot of great games here. But since I'm here anyway, with prices like that, with like $2.99 for anticipation, come on now. There's bound to be some more fun to be had. Oh, lost opportunity to price this game at $7.20. But there's some great games here, like Air Fortress. alpha mission. Since I'm here, I mean, it'd be rude not to shop around a little bit, right? Fact Xanadu, one of my absolute favorites. You know, I don't see Dr. Chaos a whole lot. Oop. Circus Caper is just one that you don't see very often at all. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that one, add it to the list. Bigfoot, I forgot which stage, second or third stage. You're actually in Yakima, Washington on that one. How much are you doing caveman games for? Come on, Cooper. Yeah, why not? Oh, I love this game. Cobra Command, one of my absolute favorites. One of my absolute favorites. I do love Hollywood Squares, and at $4.99, that's a deal. Got Pictionary. This game's worth it for the soundtrack alone. Oh, I do love me some Time Lord. Yeah, why not? We'll grab it to add to the list. Right up there. It's good that my arm's long enough. I can just grab it and reach to the top there. You don't see Target Renegade too often either. Such a terrible game. I was so hopeful. They even have newer games here too. But that Monster Hunter just came out too. I mean, it would rude not be grabbing it to grab a copy of Plucky Squire Physical. Better do that while I'm here. Oh, and a whole other box of manuals. Big old box of manuals. Oh, love the little manual. Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Wow, you started a line?
No, I didn't mean to. I'm just... If you like loitering, then yes. Oh, yeah, they had this here, and then they had the game over there, so you could combine them together and be good to go. Anyway, I don't need any more manuals. They're just fun to see, though. Ooh. But, you know, sometimes... Look at that. $10 off your library scope. I thought I came with it. Shows what I know. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Okay.